Hi everyone. I've been on the Optifast diet now, just Optifast, nothing else, for about 2 months, and I've lost 15 kilos, over 15 kilos, about 34 pounds, which is about 2.5 stone. And I've been living on nothing but Optifast, and I thought it might be useful to just give 2 or 3 pointers that I've found really helpful in keeping going with that. Optifast is very good. It tastes great. My preference is for the soups. Because I'm vegetarian, I'm limited to leek and potato, tomato and vegetable soups, but they're very nice, they're very pleasant. I do also have the shakes. I usually have a shake in the morning and then 3 soups during the day. And if I'm out and it's really not convenient to make a soup or a shake, then I will have the bars. I think of the 3, the bars are my least preferred. But they're fine. They're all fine. In fact, considering that it's supposed to be a medical diet, I think it's actually really tasty. It just feels great, and I never feel hungry, and it just works for me. And certainly to lose that amount of weight in a couple of months, I'm hoping to lose a total of about 25 kilos, so I'm more than halfway there. I should be done in another 2 or 3 months, and it's great. I love it. But it does get a bit boring. It does get a little bit boring to have 3 soups, 4 or 5 different shakes, and not much variety. So my first tip is do stuff to them. I mean, for example, the potato soup, which is very nice on its own, but if you ginger it up, I for example make a curry out of it. So I put in chili peppers, or I should say flakes, chili flakes, cumin, coriander, fenugreek. I just boil that up in the water I'm going to use, just very briefly for 1 minute. Let it cool down, put in the leek and potato, fantastic, lovely curried soup, and just makes a nice variety. I have, for example, smoked paprika that I very often put into the tomato soup. I sometimes put either sage, or I sometimes cook up some bay leaves, put that in the vegetable soup. So that's my first tip, is find ways of just putting a little bit of variety in, so it's not just the same few things time and time again. My second tip for anyone who's going to do a lot of Optifast is that, what can I say? I saw a video of a lady who had been doing Optifast for, I think, about a month, and one of the things she said behind her hand was "don't trust farts," which presumably meant that she had found that she had loosened up. Well, my experience is completely the opposite, that really it can be quite a gumming up experience. So what I now do is I put just a teaspoonful of wheat bran into everything, into the shakes and into the soups. It's not enough to make it gritty and unpalatable. It just gives it a little bit of texture, and the effect is amazing. The only thing I would say is increase your liquid consumption. I mean, before I started doing this, I was on about 2 litres a day. Since I've been on the bran, I've found that I've had to put about another extra litre in. I did try psyllium husk. It had no beneficial effect at all. In fact, I literally wouldn't have known I was on the psyllium husk. I had as many problems as I had before. And psyllium husk, they also say that you should drink a lot of extra water or fluids, but it didn't help with me. So that's the second thing. Just sprinkle some bran. Bran is, of course, insoluble fibre, whereas psyllium and I think whatever is in the products themselves are soluble fibre, and I think that the body just needs a bit of insoluble fibre to make it work. So that's my second tip. And my third tip is the reason I was so fat and have found it necessary to lose some weight is snacking. I've always been a terrible one for snacking, and I still want to snack, but I have been determined to take absolutely no calories apart from those provided by Optifast. So I have the 850 calories that their so-called 800 calorie diet actually provides, because each of them is 210 rather than the 200. But I won't, for example, even have a slice of tomato. I won't have anything with it, or anything apart from that, because I know what I'm like. If I give an inch, I'll take a mile, and I'll just have more and more and more. But I still like to snack, and I find that the best thing to snack on, or the thing that I really enjoy snacking on, is basil. And I just grow basil in my kitchen, and if I feel like a snack, I just literally take a leaf of basil, pop it in, very strong tasting, lovely taste, and it doesn't obviously do anything from the point of view of making you less hungry, but from the point of view of putting something in your mouth and having something to chew on, something to taste, I find it very, very effective. So anyway, there are my 3 tips if you're going to be on the Optifast diet. I'm sure there are plenty of other things, but those are just 3 things I think might help.